Shalom, shalom. Welcome to Supporting Yah's Cornerstone. My name is Heeshraah, and that name means moved by Yah. In today's video, I wanted to take the time to explain why I created this channel, from the name of it to its purpose. So the name is Supporting Yah's Cornerstone. I included the word cornerstone because the definition of cornerstone is, one definition of it is a stone at the corner of a building uniting two intersecting walls. So a cornerstone in a physical sense is a form of support for a building. The second definition is of cornerstone is that it's indispensable and fundamental, something that's indispensable and fundamental. And so the Hebrew Israelite sisterhood and Hebrew Israelite women are a fundamental, essential part of the nation of Israel. In Psalms 144:12, it says that our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth, that our daughters may be as cornerstones polished after the similitude of a palace. And so there's a reference to the women of Israel being a cornerstone. So, and I just really like that definition. Also because of what it means to support, of course, meaning to give aid, to help. And so that's the title, Supporting Yah's Cornerstone, because that's my intention here, is to give support and encouragement to Hebrew Israelite women seeking Yahweh. As I said before, Hebrew Israelite women are an important part of the nation of Israel, but we are the most benefit to our nation when we can apply and live up to the character that the Creator has set for us, and when we can do the duties that are assigned to us within our nation to our best ability. Excuse me as I look down at my notes. Also, on this channel, I plan to share my life before I started living for Yah, and share some things after. My hope is that by sharing my past, that it can serve two purposes. One, to be an encouragement to others that you can heal, you can overcome whatever situation you may find yourself in, and also that it can be a testimony to the power of the Creator in our lives when we seek to live and strive to live in the way that He intended, what a power it can have in our lives. Since I have been on my journey with the Creator, I've experienced success and failure in this way of life, in how I applied the word of the Creator, or in just trying to build with His word as I add it to my life. So my hope is that I can share what I learned from these successes and failures with you, so your walk can be smoother and easier than mine was. Not saying that you won't experience your own challenges, but sometimes if we know how to handle things, how the Creator works in our lives as we're trying to change, sometimes there's certain things that we may go through, especially as women in the different roles we have in life sometimes, that if we had a little advice or little practical ways to apply the word of Yah, it would make things better. Although I created this channel for Hebrew Israelite women, women of all nations are welcome, and the word of Yah can benefit a woman of any nation, especially if she seeks to serve Yah. And it'll be the most benefit to those who call on the name of Yah and serve Him. My plan is to upload at least 3 to 4 videos per month on YouTube, if y'all's will. I'll do the best I can for those of you who may be watching this on Facebook. I'll do the best I can to upload some videos there also. But the majority of them will be on the YouTube channel. But I'll do the best I can to make sure that a lot of them get to Facebook too. I want to speak for a minute about the differences within those living the Hebrew Israelite lifestyle. More and more each year and each decade, more and more people are coming into this way of life, okay? And they're coming through different avenues, through different study groups. Some believe in keeping the Sabbath, some do not. Some believe in seeking the majority of Yah's laws, some do not. Some veganism is very important to them. For some, it is not. Okay. There are different, everything is not always the same in every study group at this time. Okay. I will not be dealing with those issues here. Okay. And here's a few reasons why. Number one, I just don't feel like that's my place. The Creator has mores and brothers He's chosen, priests, who that's the job He has given them. Number two is that when you get into certain issues, you really have to go into the scripture and do a study, extended study of that topic to really get people to understand why they should be doing certain things sometimes. And you have to go into history sometimes to show where these things were changed or things like that. It can be, and so sometimes it's not just a matter of being able to just tell a person, yes, you need to do thus, and so, sometimes it's a matter of having a full study on certain things to show why or why not you should or shouldn't be doing something. And so that is not, I just don't feel like that's my position necessarily to do here. And I know that in some cases too, your walk with Yah will evolve. Mine's and my family has evolved. And what do I mean? When I first met my husband, the group he came through wore all white. They took certain passages in the scripture literally, and when I met him, he wore all white all the time. Okay, but as time went on and his knowledge in Yah evolved, he realized, okay, this is a part that in this study group is not, true. It didn't mean that literally. So he changed from that. At one point, we didn't wear our fringes. Okay, we didn't do wear a ribbon or blue. But over time, when we learned that we should and why, we did. So for some of you, a lot of your walk with Yah will evolve, and hopefully, if Yah's will, for most of you, it will evolve in a righteous way. Because over the years, some people's walk with Yah have evolved in an unrighteous way, and they don't even really serve Yah like that. Okay, so I'm hoping for all of you that are watching this, that your walk with Yah evolves, that you make righteous changes over the years. So, but here I'll be the only way those differences will come up more than likely will be if I'm explaining something as it pertains to why I or my family do things a certain way. Or so that'll probably be when some differences will come up. But other than that, if y'all's will, I won't be doing like particular classes on why you should keep the Sabbath or whatever. That won't be that. Within the Hebrew Israelite community overall, I think that as women, our goals overall, as far as what we're learning they should be or what Yah wants us to be and do, I think are probably going to be similar no matter what study group you find yourself in. And so that's where I'm hoping I can be helpful in that overall in your character building, in your different roles as a woman, different situations you find yourself in sometimes as a woman and as a sister in Yahweh. So that's why I hope to be help. When I came into this way of life, I was 23 years old. We ended up kind of shifting through a variety of Hebrew Israelite people living this way, a variety of groups, and it was difficult for me for a long time and I had to learn some things the hard way, so to speak. Some situations were difficult just because I'm trying to live for the Creator. I don't know how to handle this. Why is this going that way? I didn't always implement things in the right way. Good intentions, but didn't always implement things in the right way. Didn't always have understanding on how to handle certain things. So my hope is that I can make what I didn't have in certain aspects, because I didn't always have sisters to go to ask. It wasn't always that sisters weren't there, but because of the thinking of some of them sometimes, I just didn't always have the availability of somebody who could give me sound advice as it pertained to situations and how to maintain the word of Yah in the solution, or that the solution wouldn't be against the word of Yah, and how to implement things in the best way sometimes. It's just different things that came up and different struggles I had that I didn't always have the support to get through it, so to speak. I had to kind of find out. And the Creator did send answers, but it was a little, whereas my walk would have been a little smoother. And I thank Yah, He did send answers. But there were just gaps in my change, so to speak. Maybe it took me a year or two to find out that, hey, you need to do this in a better way. Or you need to work toward, changing this or that in your character. And that's what's causing you a problem. Whereas if somebody's like explaining things to you and telling you these things, certain things, and how to help yourself in a practical way, it would have gone, some things maybe would have gone faster for me, But I'm hoping here, these are some of the things that I can help you with through telling you tips and things that I've used over the years that the Creator blessed me with through my moray and through some other morays and through books. And He sent me help through a variety of ways over the years. And I thank the Creator for that. Excuse me if I look down. I'm looking down at my notes to make sure that I've... And I think lastly, what I wanted to say is just that when I started out, when I was 23 years old in this way of life, I met many people, many women over the course of those first years in this way of life. And everybody that I remember that I started out with, a lot of people fell out of this way of life. And when sisters fall out of this way of life, sometimes it can be assumed that, well, they weren't sincere anyway. They really didn't want to live for y'all anyway. And what I found was over the years, sometimes that's just not true. Sometimes a lot of times, people just cannot meet the challenges. They have difficulty. Even if they're in a large study group, there can be a shortage of sisters who are telling them things that will keep them in line with Yah and be real solutions. Sometimes they don't always have that. Sometimes sisters just don't have the strength to meet whatever challenge it is for whatever reason. Sometimes they make bad choices within this way of life of sisters that they should or shouldn't be hanging around, as far as who they're getting advice from, who they're allowing to influence them, or who they're being influenced by. Okay. And so I have even some of the sisters I met years ago have passed away, and it is a very sad thing. It's been sad to see over the years, okay? And I felt moved. I always felt like I would do something. I wanted to be involved in helping women and especially young people, period. But I always thought that would come later in my life. But in the last maybe year or less, it just became more and more on my mind that I needed to, that Yah had blessed me so much as far as information and practical knowledge, and just, I don't know, I felt moved and compelled to share. So that's why I'm here. So I hope this explains the purpose of the channel name. And if you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comment as a comment here. You're welcome to contact me at the email address yascornerstone@gmail.com. You're welcome to leave comments, questions at the bottom of these videos also. I'm also on Instagram as Supporting Yah's Cornerstone. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm also on Facebook. There's a Facebook page, Supporting Yah's Cornerstone. Okay, so you're welcome to leave questions or comments in all these places. If there's something immediate that you would like for me to do a video on or to speak about, then you can leave that in the comments section or send me in email. I have get to know me videos, so you'll know some of my past and update kind of on my present too. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, and so I've done a good bit of things over the years, and just trying to say that quickly so you can get an idea of what you might be able to ask me, So I'm making myself available here, and just if it's something that I can go ahead and speak on that will be helpful to you, just let me know. Thank you for your time. Shalom, shalom.